بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. In this lab we will do the configuration and analysis of OpenShare software OSPF with routing dynamic routing protocol. In this lab we will configure the network topology with OSPF version 2 routing with the use of a number of CLI commands to display and verify SPF routing information with the network and configure basic device syncing for routers and computers. Then we will configure and verify SPF routing. We will change the router ID and we will configure the passive interface related to Gigabit Ethernet interface. The first step, we will draw our topology. Step 1 is the network as shown in the topology. We have to add 3 routers, 1941, and 3 computers. You can use PC or desktop. Router 1, router 2, and router 3. PCA, PCB, and PCC. To connect computer to routers, use the crossover cable from fast Ethernet 0 to Gigabit 00 in the router. This will take care with this interface. We do the same connection like that we have in our topology from PCA to Gigabit 00 in router 1. And for our computer, we will connect them to Gigabit interfaces in routers. Router 2 Gigabit 00 to PCB and router 3 Gigabit 00 to PCC. Now to connect routers, we use serial cables. We have DCE, serial DCE and serial DCE. The serial DCE contains the plateaus. In our topology, we have 3 DCE, 1 in router 1, and the serial cable 00 to connect it to router 2, and 1 in router 2, in the interface serial 001 to connect it to router 3, and DC and the interface serial 000 in router 3 to connect it to router 1. If we use this cable, we need to don't have the interfaces, serial interface connected serial cable. For this reason, we have to access in each router, power of the router, then add the serial card HWIC2T in this slot, in the right slot, then power on your router, wait for the router, power off, add the serial card, power on, router 3, power on, and add the console, the serial port, the serial card, contain 2 serial ports, then we power on the router. Now use the serial cable to connect router 1 from serial 00 to router 2 and the serial 00, then router 2 from serial 001 to router 3 and serial 001. Here we have the DCE replicate for the connection to router 1 and router 2 from this side of router 1, and for the connection between router 2 and router 3 is the serial port that contains the clock rate is from the side of router 2, and for router 3 from the serial 00 in router 3 to serial 001 in router 1 is the clock rate from the side of router 3. Now the second step, for if I reload the router as you see here, if we work with real routers, real devices. For the third step, configure basic setting for each router, configure device name, change topology, assign class as privilege exact password, assign system as console and UTI password, configure the message for today method banner, then configure IP address for interfaces related to the other SIM table, and we have to set the clock rate in 128,000. Then we have to copy our name configuration to setup configuration. We start with router 1, then we go to router 2 and router 3. For to access the configuration using the CLI or the terminal, we use the console cable to connect PCs to routers from PC1 and the port RS232 to the console port in the router, from router 2 from the console to the RS232 in router and computer PCV, then this for router 3 from the console to the RS232 in router and computer PCC. Now we go to PCA, then desktop to start our configuration through the terminal. Here select OK. Now, and to start our configuration from the user exec mode, we go to privilege exec mode to start our configuration using the command enable. Then to access the configuration mode, use the configuration. Use configure terminal. Then we have to start our configuration. The first command to change the name of the router host name from router we create router 1. Then we have to add password. The first password enable secret password, and here we use like value class. Then we have to assign password for the console port in the VTY port. We access to this console and the VTY with the command line console 0. Then to assign the password. For example, use the value Cisco. You can use any other value. Then we have to activate this password using the command login. The same for the line VTY 04. The same password, I use the same password, the same command, password Cisco. Then login and use password. Now we exit, and we will encrypt this password using the command in a service password encryption. And here we have to add the banner method message. We use the command banner method, and we will use sample message. For example, we start with dash with hashtag. For example, we put hello as a message that we will see when we access to the router through the console. Now here we put another message for some advertising, and we close it with dash with a hashtag. Sorry. Then now we have finished the configuration of the first part password. Now we start configuration of interfaces. For the router 1, we have 3 interfaces, 0.00, 3 interfaces connected to other devices, 0.00, serial 000, and serial 001. For each interface, we will access to this interface as the IP address and the IP address for this interface and the IP address in subnet mask. Then we will activate this interface using the command now shutdown. We'll start with the interface gigabit 00. We use the command interface gigabit 00 IP address IP. Just IP address is in our addressing table. We need to take care to add the correct IP for gigabit 00. We have the IP address 192.168.11 and the subnet mask 255.255.255.0. IP address 192.168.11 subnet mask space. Then we add the subnet mask 255.255.255.0. So here we have this gamma with dot 192.168.1.1. Now there is a command now shutdown to change the state of this interface from the state down. As you see here, the color changes from red to green for the interface gigabit 00. Now we have to configure interface serial 00 instead of 001. Use the command interface serial. Use the abbreviation serial /0/0/0. IP address for this interface serial 00. The IP 192.168.12.1. 192.168.12.1 and the subnet mask 255.255.250.252. Here we have the clock rate. We need to configure the clock rate for this interface. Clock rate 128,000. Then we have to add the command now shutdown to start up and change the state of this interface to up. Now for the interface serial 001 that connects out to 1 to router 3. I will take the same command, just we don't add clock rate because this is a DTP interface, not a DTP interface. The IP address for this interface 13.1. That's 13.1 and the same subnet mask, and just we have to the command now shutdown, and we have here to exit and copy exit again, or we can put the command and to go directly to the privilege exit mode when we can use the command copy running configuration startup configuration. Here we add the command copy running configuration to startup configuration. And now we finish to configure the first start of router 1. I do the same for router 2 and router 3. Then I go to PCB, desktop, terminal. Okay. I put no, and then we start the command enable configure terminal, and this configure terminal will first of all add the host name or change the name of the router to R2. Then we will don't add the password to have the configure interfaces. I will go to interface gigabit 00. We don't configure password because I do it for router 1 and it's the same. Just to have the time to finish this lab, and here we have the IP addresses for each interface in router 2. For gigabit, we have 21 for 000, 12, 2, and 7001. This DCE interface, we have separate to configure in this interface. And the IP address on 192.168.23.1, and this we have network 255, 255, 255, 252. We start by the IP address for the gigabit interface. IP address 192.168, sorry, 192.168, for the 2 dot 1, just I need to check the correct IP, 2.1, the subnet mask 255 to 255 2.0, sorry, for 0.0.0. Then we have to put the command now shut down, and now go to interface serial 0/0/0 that connect router 2 to router 1. IP address should be the same network of the IP address of interface serial 00 in router 1. IP address 192.168.12.2. The IP address 192.168.12.1 is for router, the serial interface 00 in router 1, and this because the two interfaces exist in the same network. The IP address 255, 255, 255, 252, and here the command down. Here we don't configure the clock rate because the clock rate is from the side of serial 001 in router 1. The command now shut down, and if I go back to my topology, I will see the color change to green between router 1 and router 2. There's two interfaces, and if you see here, gigabit 00, the IP address, and serial 000, the IP address. And we don't yet configure 001, but connect router 2 to router 3. And here, for router 1, I configure the 3 interfaces. I try to finish the configuration and of the configuration of interface in router 2. Here, the same command, interface serial 0.1 from the side of this serial, connect router 2 to router 3, serial 0001. The IP address, I check it from the addressing table. Take care for this IP because we use it in the routing protocol. Here in router 2, this is the DCE, serial 001 DCE. The IP address for this interface 192.168.23.1. 23.1. And here the subnet mask 192.168.23.1. In the subnet mask 255, 255, 255, 252. And here we have to configure a clock rate because this is this is interface. Clock rate 128,000, and the command now shut down. Exit, and I go to privilege mode to copy running configuration to start up configuration. To copy the configuration from the NVRAM from the RAM of the router to the NVRAM of the router. I finish with the first step for router 2 to configure interfaces and passwords. Now we go to router 3 to do the same configuration. From PCC, we go to desktop, terminal. Okay, here it now. Enable configure terminal. Hostname, just inside hostname, I don't add password. R3, sorry, R3, I repeat the same time if I do any error. I repeat the same command with the correct syntax. Hostname, R3. Now I will configure interfaces. We start with the gigabit interface, gigabit 0, 0, IP address for this interface 192.168.3.1. And this is subnet mask. 192.168.3, sorry here, dot 192.168.3.1, and the subnet mask 255, 255, 255 dot 0. Now shut down to activate this interface, and I go to interface serial, serial 0. I will start, can't put any 0001 or 000. Here we will start with serial 000 that connects router 3 to 0000. This interface that connects router 3 to router 1. The IP address 13.192.168.13.2. Interface serial 404040. Sorry, here I put 40. IP address 192.168 dot not comma dot 168 dot 13 dot 1, and the subnet mask 255.255.255.252. And here we have to add, because this interface, add the clock rate 128,000, and the command now shut down. And if we check the topology, the connection, this interface reveals that connect router 1 to router 3 become active, and the results are connected using the serial interface. Now I just finished with the interface serial 0001 that connects router 3 to router 2 using the same command, just to take care for the IP addresses. Serial 0001 IP address. Just here I will modify the IP address for 0001. We have here 192.168.23.2. Here 3 here dot 2, and the same subnet mask. We have 255, 255, 255, 252, and we don't have selected to configure this serial, because TCE is from the side of router 2. We just put the command now shut down. And now normally I finish with this configuration. I just put in, and I will copy running configuration to startup configuration. Then I will test the connectivity between these three devices, or more than three networks. But we have on each router we have 3 networks. Here we have to check the connectivity, but before this we have to add IP for computers. The next step is step 4, configure PC hosts. Here just will add IP address in the default gateway. We have this in my address tab for PCA. 192. Close this legato IP configuration. We put stuff as others 192.168 dot we have the correct dot 1.3 PCB dot 2.3 and PCC dot 3.3. 192.168 dot 1.3 subnet mask, and take care to put the wide gateway 192.168.1.1. This for 23.0 in router 1. Now for PCB, we close the terminal and we go to IP configuration. The IP address 192.168.2.3, and we have the gateway 192.168.2.1. And now for PCC, we have the IP address 192.168.3.3. The subnet mask in the default gateway 192.168.3.1. Now I will test the connectivity. They use central PDU from PCA to one successful, from PCB to PC to R2, sorry, from PCB to R2 successful, and from PCC to R2 successful. And then if I change between these two routers, so from router 1 to router 2, successful, because this device exists in the same network, directly connected network. But if I need to change between computers or between computer and router in different networks, they cannot change it because they exist in different networks. If you check here, this is the scenario and repeat, to change from PCA to PCB, fail, from PCA, for example, to router 2, fail, and if you change from PCA to this, you need to configure the route or to configure a routing table. We can use static routes or we can use dynamic routes. For our lab, we will use dynamic routes, and for the lab, we use the rate version 2. In this lab, we will use OSPF dynamic routing protocol. We start with router 1. This we have command router OSPF 1. Then we have to add the network address, and this is a specific subnet mask that name win card or address subnet mask. How to create the subnet mask? Normally we have the real subnet mask for each network and the broadcast subnet mask. For the wide subnet mask, for the wildcard mask, normally we have to subtract the subnet mask that we have from the broadcast subnet mask. And here, for example, we have 255 minus 555. We have here 255 minus 0. This is the last part of this subnet mask. Or we convert my subnet mask to ones and zeros. Then we will replace ones by zeros and zeros by ones to have the well card mask. For example, if I have 252, 255, 255, 255, 252, the wild card mask should be 0.0.3. the privilege mode using the command enable. Here we need the enable 6 password class. Now we are in the privilege mode. We can access the configuration mode to configure router OSPF protocol, configure terminal. The first command to select the routing protocol. In this case, we have the OSPF, the command router OSPF 1, the version 1, and we have to add networks. For each router, we have 3 networks. This is the first one, second one, and third one. Then we have to configure the path interface 0.0.0 to disable sending updates to this interface. We start with router 1, the command router OSPF 1 network 192.168.1.0. Normally this network contains PC1 from the side of 0.0 of router 1. And here we have to add the wildcard subnet to 0.0.0.255, then the area 0, area 0, the second network 192.168.12.0, so 0.0, but here to have to while card mask is 0.0.0.3. Because subnet mask is 255, 255, 255, 252. In the same area 0, this network between router 1 and router 2. And then the network between router 1 and router 3, the IP address, the network address, 30, and the same subnet with cat mask, and assign the passive interface gigabit 0, 0. And here we mark this interface to be a passive interface to disable and then routing tables updates to this interface. Now I go to do the same for router 2 and router 3 from PCB and go to terminal. Okay, here I can't send it as just direct access, enable, configure terminal, router OSPF 1, here for this router we have the network 192.168.2.0. This network that connects PC and the wildcard mask 30.255 area 0. The second network between router 2 and router 1. This should be in the IP address of the network from 91.68.12.0. The wildcard mask is 0.0.0.3. And the third network that connects router 2 to router 3 is 192.168. Here you see this message, this annotate message After each 30 seconds, each router will send routing tables updates for their name. And you see here router 2 start sending updates to their neighbor, and here to the port. If you see here, the network is 192, or the address 192.168.13.1. This interface connects router 2 to router 1. Sorry, router 2 to router 3. Just to finish with the last network. Here to avoid any error, just I will and I will put the correct network address for this 192.168, and the address that connects router 2 to router 3 in the 30001. If you see here, the IP address is 192.168.23, and this will be the network address 23.0. Here I put 23.0 and the subnet the wind card mask 000.3 and the same area. Now I finish with router 3. Here I just put and I will do the command show IP route. You will see here we have two OSPF routes inside the routing table, and here we have the code for this OSPF is starting with O. Here we have two O's. First one between 12.192.168.1 between received from router 1, and here we have the second network address, and just we finish with router 3 to see on that. If here we put the command show OSPF IP OSPF neighbor to know the neighbor of this router. In this case, router 1 just know router 2, sorry, no router 1. Don't yet know router 3 because I don't finish the configuration of OSPF in router 3. I just route PCC to configure the routing protocol in router 3. Enable configure terminal, and here we have to start the routing configuration router OSPF 1 network. The first address and the first network connect PCC to router 3 through 000 with the IP address 192.168.3.0, 192.168.3.0, and the wildcard mask 0.0.0.255 area 0, and the second network between router 3 and router 1. In the serial port 001, the IP address of 001 is 192.168.23.0. For this, the network of this address 192.168.23.0, and they will start 0.0.0.3. Here, put 23.0, and the wildcard mask is 0.0.0.3 in the same area. The third network is between router, where we start receiving the update from router, from other router. For router 3, we have the connection with router 3 and router 1 through the serial 00, and we have here the address of this network 192 from 00 192.168.13.0 192.168.13.0, and the while cat mask will say 000.3 area 0. Now I put in and I will check show IP route, and here we have to show 3 OSPF routes for each of this the direct connected after only one router. This to reach network 192.168.10.14 PC8, this should be through 13.1, the interface 000 in router 2, router 3. Here to reach the network 192.168.2.0 that represent PCB connected to router 3. Here we can reach this network through 192.168.23.1, serial 001 in router 3, and we can tool this network. Now we have this third network to reach the network between router 2 and router 1. If we use the command show neighbors, show IP OSPF neighbors, each router has 2 neighbors. This 23.1, this for router 1, this router 2 and router 3, this is router 3 and router 1. Now I will check the connectivity between computers, and when the connectivity from PCA to PCB were successful, then from PCC to PCA successful, from PCB to PCA, for example, and from PCB to PCC, or if we think between from with computers and routers as a successful, then okay. Now if we see this scenario to show which is the shortest path selected by each router to send packets to other routers. For example, we will start saying between PCA and PCB. This message can take two possible paths through router 1 to router 2 and reach PCB, or through router 1 to router 3, then router 2 and reach PCB. Now in this situation, our path will take the shortest path between router 1 and router 2. We will not go to router 2. We start our thing. If you see here, we take the path between router 1 and router 2. Then PCB, and we'll replay to this request from PCB. We will say path, the success path, and here we will see the successful. Now we will see this scenario. Suppose I have a problem in this port. Now we have, for example, to mark this interface serial 00 to be a passive interface that cannot receive updating from router 1. I access to router 2, then I go to configure terminal, router OSPF 1, and passive interface serial 000. I put it in and I will do the command show IP OSPF IP route, and I will test the pin again with the simulation from PCA to PCB, and we start recording. You will see here, we will not take the shortest path because this router don't send any update to router 1. For this reason, our path will take another path and not the shortest path because we don't have we don't receive any update about this path. If now I go to move this passive interface into active interface, configure terminal, router OSPF, and here router SPF, and here we have to put no passive interface, and we will check the thing. Now we will see we will start the thing and start it again. I have a new scenario. I will do a new thing in PCB and we start simulation. You will see here that we choose the shortest path, and here we check the access with the console live within the Cisco password. Move it as here we will show IP host, and we have this root. We have this root with this high cost, that this root we focus 65 and here 65, but for this root have 128 with high cost. For this reason, our path takes the link between router 1 and router 2, from router 1 to router 3, and then go to router. How to find IDs for each router? Each router has an identifier. I will start the simulation. Go back to real time. The last part for the start is to know what command will you use to only see OSPF routes with the IP route. So IP route. Then here we have when you use the command show IP to find which protocol used and which the ID of your router. For example, if you do this command here, show IP have the protocol, the routing protocol, the version. Here we have the ID of this router. And the router has an ID. The ID should be the highest IP address assigned on for an interface inside this router, or we have if we configure the loopback interface, the ID should be the loopback interface, or if we configure a router ID, the ID of the router should be the value that I configured for this ID. For that, if you don't configure the loopback interface or router ID, the router ID should be the highest IP address of IP assigned for active interfaces in this connected interfaces in this router. For example, here we have 13.1, because for router 13.1, if you see IPs in router 1, we have 3 IPs, 1.1 for 000, 12.1 for 7000, and 13.1 0001. The highest one is the last one, 192.168. 13.1 is selected as an ID for this router. The same if we check it for other routers, for example, for router router 2, from PCB. It was in, and I put the command show IP OSPF. Here, the highest one is 23.1. If we configure the port interface, here you have the Wi-Fi interface setting. Normally you have all these entries. Just I will go to the last tab, configure ID, router ID, and the router ID is used to uniquely identify the router in the OSPF that we name designated router in the lecture. This ID should be can be 3 ways. If you configure the IP address as router ID command, this will be the router ID, or the highest IP address of any of the routing third-party addresses, if present. For us, we don't configure these two possibilities. Or the highest active IP address on any of router physical interface, and this what we have in our router. If we configure this the loopback interface, loopback interface is a logical interface used to route paths without specific destination. We go to router 1 and the configuration mode, configure terminal. Okay. Now we have to select the interface loopback 0, and we have to add IP address for this interface. The IP address for the loopback interface, here we have 255 for the subnet mask, 1.1.1.1 space 255.255.255.255, and now we have to put the command now shut down that this is a logical interface. It should be automatic standard when we just accessing it. Now, if we need to know if this ID is changed to this new IP, I put the command and I put the command show. You will see here, the ID should not change before I do a restart or a specific command to modify this ID. For this reason, if we put the command show IP OSPF, the router ID still the last one, the highest IP for physical interfaces. To modify this by the new IP defined in the loopback interface. I need press here because I need to reload my router. I need to copy running configuration to startup configuration to not test our configuration. Then I do the command reload to restart my router, and after when the router is starting, I will see the new router ID, that is the loopback interface IP address. I do the same. Here we press enter, system, enable, and show IP OSPF, and here you will see the UID represents the IP loopback interface IP address. The same for other routers, just I will access to configure terminal, then IP interface loopback 0, IP address 2.2.2.2, this for router 2, subnet mask, this is the broadcast subnet mask, and I will put in copy running to startup configuration, then reload, confirm, and the same for router 3, configure terminal, interface loopback 0, IP address 3.3.3.3, subnet mask 255, 255, 255, 255, and sorry, 255 IP address, selected IP address, and in copy running configuration to startup configuration, and reload, sorry, okay. Now if I check this with router 2 share IP, sorry, enable share IP OSPF, here we have the new IP, and now this is the laptop for this card. Now we have to, if you need to use configure the ID with a specific command, you can use this command router OSPF1, then you put router ID and we put the value for this ID. We have this for the router 1, this is the router ID. Then when you show have this specific ID assigned for this router. Have custom interfaces finished with configuring custom interfaces. If we use this command to know which interface is custom interface, the command show IP OSPF interface. Enable. I do it for another command. the input show the OSPF interface. For example, you have it near 0. Now you set on this interface. You see here, this is a passive interface here. No hello, يعني no update path. Further, and path is the update path stand between routers to update the routing tables. We have finished with this part. I hope this helps you to know how to configure